Okay, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak Kwadash. Double honor to our apostles of Great Millstone, the true elders of Israel who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his truth and sincerity. And to you, women and children that's enduring, keep on enduring because these prophecies are coming to pass and salvation is near. Okay. Not so long ago, the date is right here. Hundreds of black vultures invade Pennsylvania town where they spewed vomit that smells like rotten corpse, Slakia, on sidewalks and homes, causing thousands of dollars in damage. Okay, so this just happened not so long ago. Okay, and this is our article, and it's I don't. So first of all, what is so? I believe this is the Omen, and for those of you who don't know what an Omen is, you might ask what is an Omen. So let me get the definition.
Omen.
Okay, Omen. Let's read. An event regarded as a, let's see what this word is.
Portent.
Portent of good or evil. Okay, so let's look into that word portent one more time. Okay, portent. A sign or warning that something, especially something momentous or calamitous is likely to happen. Okay, Slaki, I'm not the best reader. You gotta bear with me. They believe that wild birds in the house were portents of death. Okay, so the omen is a symbolic sign. In other words, okay, it's a symbolism of what's to come. All right, so I'm gonna bring out this this video that I came across because this happened in Kentucky as well. All right, and we're gonna see what this guy mentions, what they say about these things happening.
Kentucky meat shower. In 1876, in Bath County, Kentucky, a farmer's wife was in her yard when suddenly chunks of meat began slapping down on the ground all around her. Hundreds of tiny pieces of meat measuring from 2 to 4 inches across pelted her home, having fallen from a completely clear sky. After reporting the incident, specimens like those in this preserved jar were sent to top chemists around the U.S., but none could accurately confirm what type of meat it was. And more importantly, none of them could explain how meat could possibly be falling from the sky in the place of rain. As the years have gone on, one theory has emerged and remained a clear favorite: vulture vomit. It's technically possible that a flock of passing vultures all vomited simultaneously after gorging themselves nearby. Sounds fanatical, but in recent news, vultures have been documented gathering in large numbers and coating homes with foul-smelling vomit after feasting a little too heartily. The only other theory for the meat shower from the time was God's wrath.
All right, so the point was there's another theory out there that this is God's wrath. Okay, we're gonna get into some scripture because we are definitely we are definitely in the time of God's wrath. You know, according to, we're gonna get some scripture. Bear with me for a second. I'm gonna open up another window. There's Zechariah, I believe. Okay, JB. Bear with me for a second. Baba Shah. This is Zechariah chapter 1, verse 14. Oh, that's not it, Slakia. It's Zephaniah. I get confused with both of the books. Okay. Zephaniah chapter 14. Oh, Slakia chapter 1, verse 14. It reads, "The great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty men shall cry there bitterly." Okay? So, Zephaniah, the first chapter, the 14 verses, it says, is basically beginning saying that it's describing the day of the Lord as a very terrible day. Okay? Let's read this one more time. Zephaniah chapter 14, Slakia, chapter 1, verse 14. "The great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty men shall cry there bitterly." Verse 15. "The day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of cloud and thick darkness, a day of trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers." Okay, let's read on. Verse 17. "And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord. And their blood shall be poured out as dust. Okay? And their flesh as the dung." Okay? So these vultures, there wasn't pooping, but they were, because like, for those of you who are familiar with geese, when they poop, because they fly in, a lot of times they fly in groups, and they all land. When they land together, and they poop everywhere. Okay, a lot of times you might see poop in a park. It might be geese poop all over, But in this particular bird that we just read about is a vulture, black vulture, and they, instead of poop, they were throwing up meat. Okay, vomiting meat. Okay, so let's get into some more scripture, and we're gonna link this on how this is a warning, okay, of the Most High's wrath that's about to be poured out upon the face of the earth. Mainly, it's already being poured out upon different parts of the world, but it has yet to come upon America in the way that we are about to read about. Okay. Well, we already read about it. We read in the 17th verse where it says, "And their flesh as the dung." Okay, so this is a sign of great death, a great that's going to be on the soils of Babylon the Great. Okay, let's jump to Second Esdras chapter 16, and it's because we already read that the day of the Lord, which we are living in those times. We are living in a time of revelation, the last days, and any Joe Schmo could tell you that. Okay, we see these signs happening. The prophecies are coming to pass. Okay, so let's but we have yet to see a mass death. Okay, so let's Slakia, let's get Matthew, the 24th chapter, because when you're dealing with this chapter, it's talking about, when you read into this chapter, it's Yahweh Shai, basically it's about Yahweh Shai breaking down the signs of his coming. So we're gonna read about some signs. This is Matthew chapter 24. We're gonna skip down to verse 20. But pray ye that your flight, what is this, like in verse 19? Matthew chapter 24, verse 19. And woe unto them that are with child. What does woe mean? Woe means destruction. Okay, continuing on. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. Why does the scripture say that? Because in the time of the day of the Lord, of the Lord's coming, those gonna be mass death, and it's gonna be famine, it's gonna be pestilence, and these are not the times that, those are not the kind of times that you want to be having children in. Because why? Because children are very are you want to protect them, and it's going to be a very difficult thing to do that. You don't want to. It's like you basically don't want to go through difficult times with a child. Okay, you don't want to, let alone being pregnant. Okay, so verse 20. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. Verse 21, this is the point. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world, to this time, nor ever shall be. So this is describing the level of, like, the intensity of the day of the Lord. It's going to be a day like no other. It's going to be like a time like no other. Now, we look back in history, we can clearly see that time has not happened, because there were some very terrible things that happened in the past. And the scriptures is describing the day of the Lord as being even more terrible than all of those. Okay? And nothing has happened terrible yet. Nothing terrible has really happened yet. As far as when you compare them to, like, the Atlantic slave trade, when you the slaughtering of it's like 70 AD. Like, America hasn't seen this type of turmoil yet. Okay, so this is yet to come. This terrible time is it will happen in the near future. Okay, so verse 22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Okay, so it's going to be so terrible that the Lord is going to have to step in, and he's going to have to save his elect. Okay, because if he doesn't step in, this wicked man, okay, is going to destroy everybody. Okay, so let's bring out one more script. Slovakia. Second Ezra chapter 16. I'm gonna, because I didn't want to make this video that long. Just wanted to hit the point. And I'm gonna start at verse. I'm gonna start at verse 18. The beginnings of sorrows, great mourning. Okay, Slakia. Verse 17. I'm gonna start at verse 17. Esdras is saying, "Woe is me! Woe is me! Who will deliver me in those days?" Okay, this is what Esdras is saying, because he's seen a vision of the day of the Lord. Okay, and he was afraid. Verse 18. The beginning of sorrows, which we're entering into right now. We see this new norm being pushed upon the people, and we see the wicked about to come down with great wrath. Okay, here it is. We have we heard Donald Trump at the time that he was in office saying that he was gonna have the military force the vaccine upon the people. In other words, okay, verse 18. We're gonna get back into the scripture. Verse 18: the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. We see these things coming upon the earth right now. The lack of food, you hear that on the news a lot. We've been hearing that a lot lately. Continuing on with the scriptures, and great death, and beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand and fear the beginnings of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Okay. Notice where it says the beginning of famine and great death. Why is going to be famine and great death? Why does great death come after famine? Because when the famine hits, people are going to start bugging out for food because of the lack of food, and they're going to start killing each other and eating each other because of the lack of food. It's going to get real ugly out here. Okay? And this is the the beginning of sorrows. How much more towards the middle or even towards the end. Verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are set as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of Slakia. I got the hiccups. Mindful of the scourges. Okay? So people are going to continue in their wickedness, and the Lord is going to keep on judging. This is verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth. Sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. This is the point. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So the Lord is gonna come down. I'm down with. He's gonna come. He's gonna bring. He's gonna cause this place to really. He's gonna stir up a lot of sorrow, man. Verse 23. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. Okay, so the sword in verse 22 is talking about the weapons that people are gonna bring out to protect themselves and also take from others. And because people are gonna They're gonna be killing each other. Not to mention martial law troops are gonna be out here, and they're gonna be shooting those who are acting like brute beasts, or who are disobedient to what they say. And a lot, some people are just gonna get destroyed just cause. Verse 23, and the dead shall be cast out as dung. That's the point. That's the point that I wanted to get to. As dung. Okay? And there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. Okay, so when it is all said and done, before there will be a great destruction, but before that, there's gonna be mass death. With that, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak Radash. Double honors to our apostles of Great Millstone, the true elders of Israel who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing this truth and sincerity. And to you women and children out there, keep on enduring, because these prophecies are coming to pass. Salvation is near. This is your brother Bashar. Shalom.